So friends, since we've already got the setup of, a rolling out going, let's go ahead and do another one. We'll probably do some throughout the next couple weeks or something like that, but one more that I'll publish this week, so to speak. And you want a block for this one, and this one is all about the jaw, right? So I want you to go ahead and I took one out if I had that setup of the two balls together, right? And first let's just start with the temple and go in nice and easy. If you don't know it, that temporalis, right, muscle comes down towards the jaw. So we're going to go ahead and we're just going to put that ball. If it feels like too much pressure, you could put a blanket between the ball and your head, or you could put a blanket under it instead of a block, and it doesn't have to be a block, just something that has a little more hardness, right? My neck is a little lateral stretch, but it's not like jacked up and it's not burnt down, right? I've got a pretty medium. So I might just stay and put pressure there. I might roll my head just a little bit and play with that. It could be just forward and back. It could be a circle, etc. Just, again, I can't say it enough, well, with yoga in general and the asana practice, but particularly with this kind of stuff, just exploring your own personal body. Pardon me. And then go ahead and come down to that place where your earlobe connects into the face. Somewhere around there, you'll probably find it pretty easily, in the sense of you get on, you're like, oh, right? And also, if you let the pressure come down, you can kind of hear it in my jaw, right? It moves up into that jaw and really kind of helps that separation of the jaw. So I'm just gonna keep talking in this weird voice because I think it really is helpful for you to kind of hear what it's doing in my body. Sometimes I drool with this one. It shouldn't make you laugh. That's making your jaw tense up again. And again, if it feels like you want to roll around at all, it could just be up, down, right, left, a circle. You can play with it. And again, if this feels like too much pressure, I would suggest putting a blanket or a pillow underneath, something of the ball instead of a hard surface, and that's going to maybe help that pressure aspect. You could put a towel over the top of the ball so there's not quite as much pressure. Oh, and by the way, you could simply do this, with your hand on the top jaw, and then same thing when you flip to the other side, and that's probably the least amount of pressure. And for me, it depends on where I'm at. There are days I can't put this much pressure on my jaw, it's too much. And I just roll it out. I know I said in the other video, but I travel with these. These always make it into my backpack/suitcase. Not as much, I guess, when I can't, but other things, yeah, you betcha. And you'll notice I just move my ball. I'm going to move it down, and I'm going to start to kind of come down into that lower part of the jaw. I was noticing that's really tight on me today. Not saying you have to. I'm following the information I'm getting, right, as to what feels like it could use some attention. And again, I apologize. I'm just getting over COVID, and I'm over the COVID part of it, but man, I still have the congestion. And then maybe about 2 or 3 more breaths working, whatever you're working. And then just rest the head down on the surface without the ball there for a moment. And notice what you notice, especially one side to the other. And again, don't let it be comparison, from that judgmental place, but rather just this side feels this energetically, this side feels this, etc. And then you can just flip over, just so I stay on camera and you're not looking at the back of my head. I'm going to flip my body. So again, I'm going to start by my temple. I think that's kind of a softer way than going directly to the jaw. But you might not. That might not be the case for you. adjust any way you need to as far as that, pressure control. You can stay still with it. You can add movement. Please add breath. I'm not calling out the breath, but if we use all of these opportunities, right, especially when we're doing recovery, restoration type stuff, to just do a really nice, smooth breath with maybe exhale that's a little longer than the inhale. Very inviting to activate the parasympathetic. When you're ready, if it's okay, if it's not, start somewhere else, but about where that earlobe connects into the face, just come in there. And first, just sit down and don't move, right? I think we get into this, we got to roll it out. And rolling it out is nice and all, but there's also something about waiting until the muscles are receptive. And you can, again, hear, I'm trying to leave my voice in this state because I think you can kind of really hear what's happening in my jaw. If you want to add movement, you do. If you don't, you don't. I encourage you that you don't have to just stay in that one area. You can. And then if and when you're ready, maybe you're rolling out further by the top jaw or the bottom jaw, following the lines that you notice need attention. Yep, there's my drool. Do not laugh. Do not smile. You're putting tension back in your jaw. What the heck? Or, laugh and smile and let that be like a PNF. Maybe you find more softness on the other side of the smile. Who knows? Oh. And if you find a hot spot, same thing as with all the other rolling out. Feel free to stop on it. You can stop on movement and just try to melt down around the ball. Or move on it. I don't know. I'm not in your body. I actually been doing this a little bit too, with trying to help with any kind of like congestion and my ears feeling a little off and stuff. And I must say that right after I roll it out, it does feel like it's helpful for that. Move that ball off to the side. Make sure you're on some kind of surface so that your head's not, bobbing down and your neck's not in a big old lateral curve, whatever that means to you. Just a suggestion. What do I know? And I think the way I have the camera set up, that if I sat up and namaste'd you there, that I might not be in camera. So you might just stay right here, or just roll onto your back and move the block and just relax for a little bit. You could do a mini shavasana, etc. But from this place today, namaste.